Welcome back, folks, here on part 2 of our side quest. Last one ended up running a bit longer than we intended, really, with this being what ended up as a complete rebuild, honestly, on Kukoc, my new character in my current campaign. We have gone from him being a level 20 warlock to a level 20 cleric now. I kind of like where we ended up with it. We went through some specific spells for the arcane archetype we're going for here. And Logan, my companion here on this, say hello or something, Logan.
Hello or something, Logan.
Exactly, there you go. He's going to be helping me along as we finish this up. We got some feats to choose. We need to do some hit points, having changed that over. And take a look at equipment and spells, and we're going to try and, get through this a little bit more straightforward than we did last time, maybe. So, to get us started off here, first off, the human, one of the things we talked about last time was I needed to be invariant if I was going to be in this class, or excuse me, this race, rather. And I have ended up choosing Mark of the Passage. Thoughts on Mark of the Passage there, Logan?
I think that with this particular build, you don't need any kind of extra feat with it, but the additional spells, especially for a cleric, is really great. And you've got some fantastic utility spells there. I don't ever use Expeditious Retreat or Jump, but Pass Without Trace, Dimension Door, Teleportation Circle, all very useful. Phantom Steed is interesting. I don't know how much you'll need that at 20th level, but
I've always been a fan of Misty Step, personally.
Pass Without Trace and Dimension Door are the reason you take this particular human race, and I think you did a good job. Base walking speed up. Is there a reason you have chosen Goblin?
I was thinking about the languages here, and honestly, that was more story reasons than anything. I had it as Celestial originally, and I believe in that. It didn't necessarily make a whole lot of sense with what I was going with. Goblin, Gnomish, those would have made sense. Dwarvish, maybe. I feel like for what I was going for, Goblin would kind of make the most sense with his backstory.
Okay, fair.
I also went with charisma. That's one of the things I was going to ask about here, but that was I'm not entirely sure on that, honestly.
What you need to do, honestly, where it says racial traits there is an origin manager that's grayed out.
Right.
Yeah, that one. The other one doesn't need to be clicked. It'll just let you drop common if you wanted to.
Yeah. Okay.
What are your current ability scores?
So, charisma, that was kind of one of my lowest on here. That was when I was kind of toying with. Honestly, I went with charisma because I was toying with the notion of maybe changing this over to Rodman instead of Kukoc. But if I'm going to stick with him, I think that leaving that there is fine. I just felt like Rodman might need a bit more charisma, personally, but it might be better to just leave this as Kukoc, like I was discussing right before we started, and put those into whatever the most utilitarian area might actually be instead.
Well, I don't know how you've got everything assigned on your feats / ASI selection thing.
I mean, here's
but on the feats part, where that is, you've got random ability scores assigned in there. See,
so yeah, I've definitely I took Warcaster and Resilient.
Yeah.
Let's spin this one in here. So yeah, we also had Fey Touched and Silvery Barbs. We actually did a fair amount of feats last time, actually. So we had this last one left, but that was the only one where I really increased abilities.
Change one of those constitutions to Wisdom.
Okay.
And then with the race, put +2 in con. And then
Okay.
+1. I don't care. Charisma or nope, that's not what I said.
Yeah. Sorry. All right, con, and then yeah. I guess
And that'll check to make sure that puts you at 20 for wisdom and con.
All right, so yeah, total 20 and 20.
20. Okay.
By the way, last night I was helping Gordy roll his for this exact same project, and he came out and he was like, "Yeah, so here's my scores," and in that group was an 18, a 20, and another 20, and I was like, "You sure about that? Because that seems like 3 full crits." He was like, "Well, it's 3d6 and a d8, right?" I was like, "Yeah, but you have to drop the lowest one." He's like, "Oh, we'll have to redo all of this then."
He literally just messaged me telling me that he did his character, so you know, if Paddlard is had a you know, I'm not gonna try to come up with a pun for that. If Paddlard dies, then we might look into a video like this. Okay, so human is chosen. We fixed the little mess up there. Looks like there's 1 feat left.
Right.
Yeah. So you've got Warcaster, you've got Constitution proficiency. You could take like you could take tough. That's always a good one. More health. That'll give you plus 40 health. I love tough a lot.
I think that makes a lot of sense conceptually for kind of where I'm going with this as well. So I'm that one's on the short list right now, I'd say. Let's see. Is there anything else that might apply here?
What kind of is it gonna use a weapon at all?
That is that I feel like we kind of need to take a look at the spell list, and then I might have a better idea of like whether or not I'm going to be doing much melee. That's kind of a hard question at the moment until I know that.
All right.
Having never played cleric before.
That's fine. We can come back to that. But don't forget you did take the wizard cantrips. Right? That's part of the thing.
I don't honestly remember.
Arcane Initiate. Yeah, it's oh, change Toll the Dead to Firebolt, probably.
Yeah, I thought, okay, I think we had discussed Firebolt, but that was when I was a warlock, and you don't need that if you
If you have Eldritch Blast, you don't need Firebolt. If you don't, then you do. Yeah. Okay. So let's.
I think I'm just gonna leave that to tough for now, and maybe let's look at spells and come back to that.
Why don't you go ahead and roll HP?
Yeah. Okay. What would that be? Description. Okay, here we go.
Manage HP.
So 20d8 plus 40 plus 4 tough, and then plus 100 for con.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think you need to change a setting in your character.
What do you mean, change the setting?
I don't know. Just continue doing what you're doing.
Okay.
Need 19d8.
Alright, so 19d8. Got 104.
Okay. Not bad.
Plus 100, plus 40, so...
Yep, you need to hit
244.
cancel. Yep.
Okay.
You hit cancel, go to home, click home, scroll down. Hit point type needs to be changed to manual. Up, at the top.
Yep, alright, gotcha. And then
It was class. Class.
Yeah.
And change rolled HP to 104, which is barely different.
Hey, I'll take that extra.
Also, go
Oh.
back in there and get rid of the override. Just, yeah. Big difference.
Yeah.
Wait,
it is.
Did you?
Is that,
Did you? Is that right?
I put 104. I don't know why it's at 284 now, because I put 104 in there. We got the HP modifier of 40, and maybe it's okay. I think it's giving me the 40 from tough. Yeah,
Take that off.
Yeah. Okay. 244
That's
is still literally 100 points higher than I have with Mars. So.
Yeah. Oh, wait, you've got 20 Constitution. That makes all the sense in the world that you're at 244.
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus tough.
Exactly. Yeah, let's check out this. Just so we're sure you have all the optional cleric features selected.
Plus it strikes.
That's good enough. I was just making sure you had those extra spells in there.
Hold on, I think I didn't chase it because that was a replacement feature, which replaces Divine Strike or Potent Spellcasting.
Yeah, it would replace Potent Spellcasting for you, and I wouldn't do that.
Okay. Alright. So I wasn't supposed to have that one. Awesome. Cool.
Correct.
Alright, so now we got spells. Let's go on down here and see what we're going to be preparing. Let's flip back cantrips and get those out of the way first.
I like the spell selection menu on the character sheet just a little bit more, but also it's a panel, so that's kind of personal preference. Yeah, the way we're doing it, it's fine. Okay, so let's select cantrips. You get 5, correct?
Yeah.
5. All right, and
I feel like mending would be useful.
My only advice is guidance is probably the best cantrip in the game, by far. By far. If you can take guidance, take it. And then remember to use it on yourself as often as possible.
Let's see what else we got. 28 radiant. But yeah, that's 48 by the time it's got to me, so that's not bad. Spare the dying seems useful.
Thaumaturgy, just to have one of those utility, like, special effects spells to do stuff with. It's probably a good pickup.
Okay. Well, that's 5 on the cantrips right there, though.
Okay, as far as the rest of the spells go, you do not need to make these selections today at all. We are just going to read over them.
Alright. We got Bane here.
Bane, yes, Bane and Bless, both.
I was born into
there. At level 20, you can definitely do something better with your concentration than Bane or Bless. As far as level 1 spells that are probably going to be relevant to you, Detect Magic is always prepared for you. Of course...
Guiding Bolt sure was annoying in my last campaign that I DM'd.
You know, Guiding Bolt sounds good on paper, and when you have 5 characters chaining it from one to the other, it is
Yes,
actually
it is.
quite good, yeah. Healing Word is probably the best heal in the game.
I feel like as a cleric, you're like required to carry that.
Yeah. Sanctuary is a decent little spell. It does not require concentration. Inflict wounds is a good one. It at least scales pretty well, but I feel like if you're gonna cast a 9th levels inflict wounds, probably just cast prismatic wall.
Yeah.
Or one of the 9th level spells you take because cleric. But
Right.
again, let's not forget that being a cleric, you know all of these and you prepare your spells every day.
Yeah. These are just options that I have throughout time and eternity.
Yeah, all of these are things that you can use whenever you please, kind of, as long as you prepare.
Yeah.
I would say spiritual weapon. I'm on 2nd level. Are you on 2nd level now?
I had just kind
Yeah.
of gotten to the start of it.
Okay.
But yeah, I do remember spiritual weapon. That's pretty handy.
It also does not require concentration, so you can do that with a spiritual weapon, then use your bonus action for spiritual weapon attacks, and you can have some fun flavoring that spell the way you want.
I'm obviously not going to make all of my selections right now, but a few things I feel like I'm just gonna go ahead and add them on there and leave myself the room to fill out the rest. Spiritual weapon being one.
Lesser restoration's a good choice, just to have, because then you'll have it, right?
Yeah.
Your passage human spells are not automatically prepared. They're just added to the spell list.
Right.
I would keep Pass Without Trace prepared at all times.
Yeah.
Unless you come in and someone else knows it and loves using it, you can personally keep it prepared at all times.
It's just hard to beat a +10 to Dex.
Yeah. Specifically stealth, but yes. Prayer of Healing is a decent one, but there are better, more efficient heal spells, I believe. Zone of Truth can be useful. People like Aid. I don't like Aid.
I would mainly take Zone of Truth for the meme, basically.
Yeah.
I know this was not really your thing, but I liked the Adventure Zone a lot, and their first campaign featured the dad who was playing with them was playing a cleric, and he just would use Zone of Truth at like wildly inappropriate times, and it just became a running thing.
Well, yeah. I never tried watching it, but there's no Matt Mercer, so I'm not sure I could.
I don't know, man. I mean, I really like Griffin McElroy. I feel like he's a good DM.
I like that one dude.
He got a lot of shit for people like, you can't have elevators in D&D, so then he just like shoved all of the elevators into his campaign that he possibly could.
Yeah, the only non-crit roll stuff I've watched would be Brennan Lee Mulligan stuff. He's fantastic, so if I'm looking for a less serious campaign, I'm probably going to go with something he's done.
That's fair enough. If you're listening to this right now, though, the Adventure Zone, I like it. I know Marcus is somewhat of a fan as well. Not for everybody, but it's good stuff. Anyway,
level 3. Yeah. There's a lot of good choices here. Starting with Beacon of Hope. That's just good to have.
Yeah, advantage on wisdom and death saving throws is generally pretty handy.
You can get that in other ways, but it's good to have. Of course, you've got Blink there if you want to use it. Create food and water if that is necessary. Daylight is an interesting one to just have.
I don't know that Blink is necessarily as useful with some of the other abilities I have. I realize that's a different plane, but I got I got a lot of escapability as is.
Yeah. That's just part of the race you chose.
Yeah.
It's all of the escapability. All of it.
Right. What else we got? We got mass healing word here on 3rd level.
Mass healing word is really great. You can't do much better for a 3rd level heal if you're in an oh fuck the entire party's down situation.
Yeah.
Of course, you've got Phantom Steed there, but you can ritual cast that.
Right. Got motivational speech here.
Motivational speech. Yeah.
Captain Monterey Jack.
Head, heart, and a small plastic container. You know, before moving here, I've always consumed cheese so quickly that I didn't have to worry about how to store it properly. Oh, I open a block of cheese, I'll just sit it in there because I'll probably finish the other half of it later. If I don't finish the entire block sitting there upon opening initially. I'm not above that. Cheese is delicious. Give me some crackers. We're done.
Logan really fully embracing the Midwestern lifestyle
now. Man, I've been eating just cheese my whole life. When I was at Mom's, we had a cheese shelf. Like, one of the fridge drawer shelves was only for cheese. Fantastic.
Wow.
But Revivify is Revivify. Sending is a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I feel like sending is one that we've been splitting the party a fair amount, honestly. So, like, I don't know. I don't want to metagame necessarily, but I do feel like that would be useful in our campaign.
That is very light metagaming. Knowing that
like
having your,
I mean, there's a difference between like metagaming to actively like fuck up Marcus's plans and like just choosing a spell that is going to make things flow smoother to an extent.
Yeah, if you know how the campaign works and you're trying to, add some spells for quality of life improvement, I wouldn't call that metagaming. However, if you've got the stat block pulled up of the thing you are fighting, that is metagaming.
Yeah. I'm just trying to be cognizant.
Yeah. But yeah, sending Speak with Dead has a lot of great utility.
Maybe super useful here in the near future.
Super useful here in the near future. Spirit Guardians is a pretty good choice for concentration. Great defensive spell that does some damage, can keep people away from you, or at least in pain when they are close to you.
That certainly helps. There was one that I remember, we're probably getting ahead of ourselves a little bit there. Maybe that was it. There was one that I thought, I remember the other spell that was commonly used by the cleric in that campaign was like, he kept summoning like a divine being. Maybe that was it. I just don't remember.
Well,
in any case, maybe that's just higher level. Let's just keep moving with it. Like he kept using it as like somebody from fucking like 7th heaven. I really want that spell is the main thing I'm saying here. In any case, was there anything else in the 3rd level you think I might need to be paying attention to?
I didn't spy anything. But of course I could have just messed it. Yeah, it's fine.
I've still got him. We got banishment here on 4th. That's another concentration, but an interesting one.
Much better use. Take one person entirely out of combat. Yes, please. You can't really do better than that.
Yeah.
Aura of Life is pretty good. Aura of Purity. They both have their uses. I'm not sure I would keep them both prepared, or either, like, I wouldn't prepare them all the time. Arcane Eye has a lot of use. Another one that I wouldn't keep prepared. Death Ward is useful. Dimension Door I'd probably keep prepared all the time.
I know that that's probably a good idea. I know that others in the party have Dimension Door currently. Which
everybody needs Dimension Door.
That's probably fair. I will say on like Death Ward, is there a significant difference between, say, Death Ward and up here Spare the Dying? I believe it was.
Spare the Dying is a cantrip that stabilizes a creature that you have to use while they're down. Death Ward is a 4th level spell that doesn't require concentration, that can keep someone from dying for 8 hours.
For 8 hours. Okay. All right. I assume, with the level difference, there would be
preventative, and Spare the Dying is reaction. It's not a reaction, but it's something you use in reaction to things.
Right. One is before, one is after.
Let's see. You've got.
This is the one that I was thinking of. Guardian of Faith. The large spectral guardian appears and hovers for the duration. That's the one I was just talking about.
I've always thought it was pretty shit. Especially
it does a total
20
of 6 damage. So you're at least going to get that out of it.
It does 20, maybe, if they get close to you. And if they fail to save. It has 60 health.
The Guardian vanishes when it has dealt a total of 60 damage. So, it's a maximum of 20, but you do get that for at least 3 turns as well.
Oh, I thought it was a tank.
No. Well, I mean, there's a certain amount of tankiness because it's just staying out there, but
that's not tankiness.
Yeah.
If it's not taking damage and drawing aggro, it's not tankiness. And I guess from that perspective, there is no such thing as a tank in 5e. I still don't like this spell. You can do 60 damage in other ways. But
that's fine. I'm just saying the spell that I was thinking of.
It could be useful because no concentration. Clerics have got a lot of spells that are just good, that remain up, that aren't concentration. On to 5th level.
I feel like Leo Munn's Secret Chest would be an interesting one in a different type of campaign, but not so much in our current one.
Commune is going to be hilarious for you, but it's ritual. You do not have to prepare it.
Oh God, I need to remember to use that at every opportunity.
Literally every opportunity. About to take a rest? Commune.
Get Mike on the line.
Just going down through here. I don't. Contagion probably has its uses. I'm not going to take it. I've seen
Greater Restoration.
I've seen Flame Strike do stuff. Gesh is great, but it's more interesting when you cast it with Wish, so it has a casting time of 1 action and not 1 minute. If you remember when we did the boat stuff, one shot. I don't remember who tried to gash the dragon turtle, but that's when we all figured out that it has a casting time of 1 minute and not one action. I almost wanted to let it work anyway, because that would have been hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, Greater Restoration's pretty great, especially if you're going to be working around a lot of cursed items.
I will say that we haven't had necessarily a whole lot of cursed items so far, but Gordy did get Dumbledored at the end of the last episode, and his character's hand is withering now, so he especially should be creating a new character, I feel like, actually, now that I think about it.
Yeah.
He is currently the closest to death of all of us.
Let's see. Legend lore can be super useful, but that's okay, I need information, so I'm preparing this today kind of spell.
Right.
Mass Cure Wounds is cool, but I don't know if I would ever use it. Planner Binding.
I end up using a decent bit. Summon
Mass Cure
Celestial is the
Wounds?
one that I used to summon Rodman last time. He was a defender, naturally.
Naturally. I kind of like Summon Celestial. I like most of the Tasha summon spells, more so than the older summon spells. Raise
It
Dead.
did exactly what I needed it to. So
Yeah. Raise Dead is a better Revivify.
yeah,
Scrying
that would just be annoying.
is stupid useful. You don't need multiple. You probably don't need Raise Dead.
I feel like I definitely need to figure out which kind of bring back from the dead spells I'm going to be keeping, because there's certainly some overlap there, but
Yeah.
that one has, no longer than 10 days, so that one's the if you absolutely got to bring this person back one.
No,
Seems,
there's other absolutely got to.
Fair enough.
Ones. I clicked off my thing. Where are we at? Finishing
We
fifth?
are on finishing up 5th.
Yeah.
I got teleportation circle always prepared. That's nice. Anything else that we need to take a look at under?
Nope.
Yes. Alright, so we've got 6, 7, and 8. Well, 6 through 9 left, I guess. Okay. So in 6th, we got Create Undead.
Create Undead isn't great. I don't know what Blade Barrier is. I'm gonna read it real quick. You might say
Create a vertical wall of razor-shaped blades made of magical energy.
Could be useful.
60 times slashing, that's not bad. Half as much on a successful save.
I would have to play around with spell preparations to really see what I would take in all these situations. Find the Path can be useful. It is exactly what it sounds like.
That seems like would be super useful. I'm preparing that right now.
Forbiddance can be useful in a weird situation, but you don't need to prepare it as you can't ritual cast it.
40,000 square feet. Holy shit.
Heal is pretty good. A burst of 70 can fix a lot of situations.
It's
That's
pretty
not really the best way to heal in D&D, but
good. Hero's Feast.
Hero's Feast is fantastic, and
Yeah.
you should keep that prepared.
Right.
And you have to play this character, you should always be shopping for gem encrusted bowls worth 1,000 gold pieces.
No. You seem my stream here.
Oh god, that reminds me of my most recent Life is Strange video.
Get back in here.
Where are we at?
Okay, so we're at 6th level. Alright, we have just been discussing Hero's Feast here, which I need to have always prepared.
Planar ally is a thing that exists. Wouldn't use it. A lot of these like higher level spells are just super situational, and that's a good thing about running a prepared caster because you can't just switch between them. Sunbeam is a good use of concentration.
Yeah, Sunbeam is actually one that I have on Mar currently because I have a hammer that has one charge of it just built into it. I forget the name of the hammer I have. It is a very rare weapon,
though. True Seeing is True Seeing. True Seeing Word of Recall is a good oh shit button.
Up to 5 willing creatures, which is nice because we have a party of 6. What else we got at 7 though?
7. Firestorm.
7d10 fire. That's pretty good. Let's see. Divine Word. That's interesting. 20 or fewer killed instantly. I was unaware of that. Got Plane Shift in 7 as well.
Resurrection.
Yep. Yet another.
Better Raise Dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Symbol has a lot of things going on in that description. But you've got Prismatic Spray.
It is a bunch of stuff. Okay. Well, we got Prismatic Spray, as you said. There's Temple of the Gods here. Remains lens. So we just, make the Bulls Arena. Simple opposes types of creatures used.
Be sure to call it Bulls Arena.
Yeah, I'm sure that's the official name. I could not remember off the top
of my head.
It is,
as a longtime Chicago resident, I can confirm it is actually Bulls Arena.
God. The thing is, I watched The Last Dance like a couple of times recently, so I should be able to just pull that off the top of my head.
Outside of a really interesting situation where I might want to cast Anti-Magic Field, Control Weather, Earthquake, I would probably always use the 8th level slot to upcast something or to use Feeble Mind.
Yeah.
Although these Control Weather and Earthquake, quite good when you want to accomplish those things. 9, not a ton of options here.
Sweet God, Mass Heal.
Mass Heal is amazing. Okay. Alright, so just throwing this out there, right? You've got the thing where if you heal a creature, you can remove one spell effect on it.
Right.
So, you're in combat, right? Big boss fight. Everyone's low health. You drop a mass heal. you've got 700 points to put, wherever. Give 699 to your party and then 1 to the enemy, and remove whatever to just heal them 1.
That's super interesting as well.
You could also hit them with a healing word to remove a buff, because it's not going to be that much healing. Healing word is basically just there to keep people popping back up at a cheap price. Power word heal is garbage. Don't use it.
Yeah, I was just trying to see what exactly it was, because I was familiar with a couple of other power word spells. And then True Resurrection seems like yet another in a long line of spells designed to do the same thing. Dead for no longer than 200 years in this case. Dead for any reason except old age.
There was a point in an old campaign when I wanted to bring back when we were doing Tiamat, and we went to it was Ladarius. I was trying to bring Ladarius back to life, but he had been dead for more than 200 years. Also, I don't know why I had access to a 9th level spell, but I did. I don't remember.
I am sure that there is some way that you managed to a magic initiate or something into it.
Into True Resurrection, yeah, if only.
Or you just added it, and you knew I wasn't going to be able to notice in time.
No,
that would have been a very effective strategy as well.
It would have been. I didn't do that, but we had some broke ass magic items.
Oh yeah.
Mind Reader Helm, no usage limit. Great idea.
And that was like the first session we ever ran, right?
No, we got that from the
See, I thought you got that from the Taco Hut.
No, we got that from the Githyanki prison.
I guess that makes me a little bit more sense thematically, but damn.
I think maybe we picked it up before that. I don't.
This is why, for any of you aspiring DMs out there, you don't just take a stack of magic item cards and hand them out randomly to your players at the end of the battle.
We had someone with 22 dexterity at the end of the first session because of that.
You want to speed run breaking your campaign? Come to me.
Yeah. Also me. It'll just happen in a different way. The last spell I want to point out here is Gate.
Yeah, I did see Gate on there.
Gate's great.
Do I need that if I have what was it up here? The one I was like, the people in that party have that. It was the other kind of gate. You know what I'm talking about?
Arcane Gate.
Maybe it was Arcane Gate.
Yeah, I remember the conversation being Arcane Gate is bad, but Gate is great because, well, it's a 9th level spell.
Dimension Door is what I was talking about.
Right there. Yeah, no, those are very different spells.
Yeah.
Dimension Door is a 500-foot visual teleport. Actually, I'm not sure it has to be visual.
Gate visual. Trust me, that's come up a lot lately.
A gate opens a portal to a different plane of existence.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
It's 9th level.
Basically, you read the last paragraph. When you cast a spell, you can speak the name of a specific creature. If that creature is on another plane, the portal opens in the name creature's immediate vicinity and draws the creature through to the nearest unoccupied space on your side of the portal. You can bring in some crazy 40th level enemy that you
I can go in there and find the theoretically the most lawful good dragon, perhaps most powerful lawful good dragon, and then perhaps ask them for assistance.
Yeah. Well, it's less asking for assistance and more like kidnapping.
Well, it's more like you kidnap them into this space, and then once you have them there, you ask them for a favor.
Yeah, it's true. Or maybe like ask beforehand. You've got sending.
That is true. Do I have the dragon's number, though?
Do you have the dragon's number? No. In fact, you don't even need a number. You can just send it.
It's like Omegle, just like connect me with a dragon.
Yeah, basically. Well, you have to know the dragon. You're just like, oh.
That's what I'm saying. Well, I think that was the last of the spells right there. Is there anything else on this before we moved on that you wanted to take a look at here?
No, I think we just need to do the items.
All right, let's go ahead and over to equipment. These are the 4 that I had chosen for this campaign. We are doing 2 rare and 2 very rare. The Eldritch Staff was, obviously directly tied to the Warlock build, kind of. Barrier Tattoo was just getting the AC up, some to kill some. And like these 2 also were, honestly, like 3 of the 4 were kind of just filling out gaps in stats, kind of, for the Warlock. I definitely like doing the inventory more from the actual sheet than I do from...
All right, well, you're clicking through things at about 1,000 miles an hour and have 12 daggers in your inventory. Can you tell me what Barrier Tattoo does?
Barrier Tattoo, the very rare, makes your AC, so while you aren't wearing armor, the tattoo grants you an armor class of 18. You can still use a shield and gain this benefit.
You are going to be wearing armor. Right? Wait, it gives you...
Depends on... It 18
gives you
without
18?
Armor. And I can still use a shield.
It doesn't say you still gain benefit from the shield. It says it makes your AC 18.
It says grants you an armor class of 18. You can use a shield and still gain this benefit.
Okay. No, still gain this benefit, not the shield's benefit. Because it is setting your AC to 18. Nothing else you put on there is going to raise it. It is set to 18.
See, I feel like I feel like that's debatable, just the way that is put, because I don't know why you include the shield part if
because it says you can't use it if you're wearing armor, but can if you're holding a shield.
Either way,
Either
18.
We can. All right. Well, what is? You probably don't need the Eldritch Staff at all.
Right.
What is Amulet of Health?
Con is 19. Definitely don't need that anymore.
Don't need that. That will bring your health down.
Yep. I think it says if has no effect if your Constitution is 19 or higher without it. So,
okay.
Wouldn't bring it down. It just has no effect.
Okay. Well, good.
Okay, so let's go ahead and just take.
You should pick up a +3 Amulet of the Devout.
1 second, let me get those out here. Okay, so +3. Let's take a look. The amulet bears the symbol of a deity inlaid with precious stone or metals. Wear the holy symbol, gain +3 to spell attack rolls and the saving throw DCs of your spells. That's pretty damn good. Use Channel Divinity feature without expending, but that's just Paladin mainly, isn't it? Do I have Channel Divinity on the player?
You do.
Okay. So I can use that feature without expending one of the feature's uses. Can't use again until the next time. That's pretty good.
It's a +3 to DC, dude.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know that I've seen anything really that adds to DC.
There is one iron stone that does, and then a bunch of class-specific items that were added in Tasha's Cauldron of Everything. Speaking of Tasha's Cauldron of Everything, the Devotee's Censer, CENSER, that version of Censer.
Got a flail here. So, rounded head of this flail is perforated with tiny holes.
It could be a basketball.
That is true. Okay, as bonus action, you can speak command word to emanate a thing found of incense. Start of each of your turns, you and any other creatures in the incense regain 1d4 hit points. That's pretty fucking cool. So it's 1d8 bludgeoning and 1d8 radiant, plus the 1d4 every turn for everyone within 10 feet. Okay. And yeah, that would kind of round that out. That does not require attunement, correct?
I don't know. It looks like it does.
Nope, requires attunement. Yep.
But you've got...
Yeah, might want to just get rid of the old giant shit anyway.
Nah, keep that. No, you might can keep that. Let's discuss it. So you need one rare without attunement. Is that what I'm seeing?
Basically, yeah.
Okay, let's see what we can find here.
Okay, so you can do bag of beans.
I think you can do better than bag of beans. Bag of beans is fun. Requires attunement. No. Rarity. Rare. Filter. You could probably pick up some armor.
So you got your Dragon Guard. It'll be a +1 to AC.
Let's see.
Got Elven Chains, still +1.
You could take something like a +2 shield, or you could take something like a Sentinel shield, right?
Sentinel Shield is an interesting option. If I'm not going to get the bonus from that because of the... is that in rare, though? I'm on the rare page.
Oh, it's actually just uncommon, and I imagine you could pick up an uncommon with your rare slot, no problem.
Oh, yeah. That might be the move.
It's just a normal shield, but it gives you advantage on initiative and +5 to
Right, insight, isn't it?
Perception.
Right.
You could take a +1 armor piece, but let's see. Or you could take a more interesting armor piece, like you could take Mizium armor or something. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I feel like strength and con saves are not necessarily all that often. Let's see.
What? Con save? What are you talking about?
Mizium armor. It says on strength or con saves, you take no damage to half. That was the feature I was referring to on that.
I would say con is kind of...
Con's a little bit more common, certainly.
Yeah.
I think I might just go with Sentinel Shield, honestly. Because I feel like I'd rather just keep the 18 AC from the tattoo and have the extra abilities from. I feel like the 18, like you're taking up 2 items, I guess, to do it there, but I feel like you end up with more than just taking like the Mizium armor and then adding something else, maybe.
I'm sorry. Which item are we discussing?
I was saying I think I'm just going to go with the Sentinel Shield.
Yes. It's probably a good idea.
Here we go. Doing it.
Why is this required? Why is this showing me a bunch of weird shit?
+1 Sentinel Shield. Wow, I guess it doesn't really.
Yeah, that was a custom item for Chad.
Oh, okay. I got you. All right.
There's an ironstone that I'm
you will notice that when I added the Sentinel Shield right there, it says +2 AC on here, and it did bump my AC on this sheet up to 20.
Okay. Well, as long as the calculation's working correctly. Okay.
Alright. So there's the items. We have anything else we were going to do on this?
Are you going to get as much use from what is it? The 21 strength as you would any like rare item with attunement? You think we could do better there?
That is one area we might be able to do better, honestly. If that was the only item that I feel like may not be the best option.
Let's take a look at rare, correct?
Yeah. So
rare.
Rare.
Yes. Let's see. You could take like.
Could get a Berserker Axe and get some more HP.
You could. Technically, it is a cursed item, but you have fun. You also already have a weapon. Wait, your weapon requires attunement. Oh yeah, you've already got that attuned. The sensor. You might be better off not using the sensor, honestly.
I don't know that I added the sensor, actually.
Okay.
I know I looked at it, but...
You didn't. If you
Okay.
did, you didn't attune to it, and it needs to be attuned, and you probably just shouldn't.
Yeah, I think I ended up not.
Any generic weapon and be fine. Probably because just use Firebolt.
Yeah. Let's see. Cloak of Displacement's kind of interesting.
Yeah, it's useful. You could take Helm of Teleportation.
That sounds fairly interesting as well. Let's see, look, 3 charges. Yeah. There's a Helm of the Gods.
I mean,
okay, just random spell kind of.
How is Helm of Teleportation a rare item?
It's an excellent question. Let's see what else we got though. We got Ring of Evasion.
Ring of Evasion's good.
I might do that, honestly. Ring of Feather Falling.
That's a good one.
That's not bad.
You could take Ring of Protection or Ring of Protection for a +1 to AC.
Yeah, really get tanky at 21.
You could take Ring of Spell Storing just for utility.
Yeah, I was just looking at spell restoring there. It's temporal salvation. Ring of Temporal Salvation. If you die while wearing this gray crystal ring, you vanish and reappear to an unoccupied space within 5 feet of the space you left. You have a hit point number of hit points equal to 3d6 plus your con modifier. Just instant revival. About the Robe of Eyes, it gives me dark vision to 120 feet. I can see invisible creatures and objects, as well as see into the ethereal plane for a range of 120 feet. I also have advantage on wisdom, perception checks that rely on sight.
Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, I think I would do that.
Yeah, I think that's probably going to add the most utility to my character. Okay. Wait. That was... what was that again?
Of course, you could always take Wings of Flying, just for fun. But I think Dark Vision's more useful than Flying.
Yeah, that I think that Jordan actually did take that. That's been super interesting a couple of times in there. But yeah, I think I am just gonna go with the Robe of Eyes. All right, and then that's my last rare one right there. And that kind of brings us to an end on inventory. Did we have anything else we were going to cover on this?
No, I think that was it. Just the spells, items, and wrapping up the feats.
All right. Well, we appreciate you joining us with this this new project we were going on here on the side quest. This is Coach, my new cleric. We started off in a very different place, but we have kind of got him finished up and ready to go for the session that will be happening later tonight. We appreciate you folks watching, and tune in for more, because we're going to figure out how to keep doing some D&D content. This was fun.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Thanks, guys.
You go scrub. Did it, scrub.